What up, and welcome. This is Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. This is my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. Some time ago, I created this music application. Basically, it was just an application where artists can load songs and also share the links to their fans. And also, there are another feature here where people can come and listen to South African radio stations. So what I did, I decided to share a link with some companies that owns music related application, and I got a response from the other company telling me that they are looking for a developer, and also if maybe I'm interested, I can do an Apple Music clone for them. That was not a problem because I was like, okay, I've got this. But now they said I must use React, and I'm like, what, React? I've never used React before. When I tried, I didn't really make something substantial, or at least something solid. So in this video, I'm just going to show you that I have learned React in 10 or let's say 12 days. Okay, so this is the Apple Music. Okay, so this is the Apple Music. So in this video, I'm just going to demonstrate my own process and how I've done things. I was supposed to finish it in 10 days, but I think it's almost like 2 days now after the 10 days. So hence I've decided to create this video and share this link to the guys who have requested me for the user interface for this clone. And then from then we will take it from there. And I will give you an update as to maybe did we have a deal or was I the suitable candidate. So this is the Apple Music interface, as you know. Okay, so it has got these sub menus, as you can see. What I've just noticed here is that the interface in this section is almost the same. We've got the heading, and we've got these grayish lines, and we've got some card, music card or playlist card or whatever. And when you scroll down, you can see there are some different version of these cards. You see, maybe there will be a small picture and content on the right, or a small picture and content at the bottom, and also they've got these slides. Okay, so I think that was the major thing that I was like targeting, or I was trying to imitate in this whole thing. And then from then, obviously this is a button where you close. So now let's jump to my own clone. Okay, so this is my own clone. As you can see, we've got all these sections here, and also we've got this pop-up where you can close it. Okay, where you can close it. So we've got this left section and we've got this right section. As you can see, I have tried my best to copy the exact header, this header exactly as it is here. Obviously it's not going to be super 100%, but I did my best in trying to copy it. Okay, so as I was creating this, or when I was working on it, I've just realized that obviously I'm running out of time, so I need to get back to the guys and at least show them something, even though maybe they are expecting more than what I have created. But what I've just noticed is that the most part of it is just CSS, which I don't have a problem of. So the only thing that I was interested in was to jump into Next.js and React and do my best in creating whatever that I'm going to create. And then other things that I know I'm good at and I am mastering, I won't stress much about creating them. Those things are like things like responsiveness. Responsiveness, it's something that I know I can do. So in this clone, I didn't make it responsive. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. As you can see, this is my navigation. This is the listen now section, which at this moment it's empty. And also this is browse. At least at this moment it's empty. And this is radio, and then that's where in radio I populate everything. Okay, the reason why these parts are empty, I just realized that this interface doesn't have something unique in these different tabs. It's like a variation of the same thing. And on my side, remember, I was learning React from scratch, and also I'm already 2 days late. So I was like, okay, I think they might see in this section what I'm capable of, because everything, if you scroll down, as you can see, it's just a picture and the content. If you can go here, picture and the content. If you come here, it's just picture and the content, and that's it. Okay, so now let's demonstrate this part, this section of mine. Okay, so I had to create this slide from scratch, so meaning that I did everything from scratch. So in this slide of mine, you can click here to move to the next card, move to the next card. But my slide is unique in such a way that when you are at the end, the very end of a slide, it takes you back to the starting point, as you can see, of which I don't think this is something that they have implemented in this slide. So why did I do that? Number one, I wanted to show the employer or the guys who have asked me to do this clone that at least my programming skills, I can push them to another level. Also, I wanted to demonstrate that I do understand what's going on here and I can manipulate everything the way I want to. So as you can see, this slide, number one, when you hover it, it shows this arrow, and also here, since there is no need for you to go to this side, it doesn't show this arrow. And then from then, I think when it reaches the end, nothing happens. To me, I don't like this. This is not, to me, according to me, this is not the best user experience, meaning that I have to move from this side to this side. You see, so I have tweaked that a little bit, since I was like, I can and I'm capable. So in my slide, when you transition, it takes you back, and you can also see that now you are back you are back to the start, or to the beginning. Okay, so let's just quickly see my slide. As you can see, when I'm in this section, you can only see this arrow. So let's just click one slide, and then as you can see now, this arrow appears because you can also go back. You see? Okay, and then when you are on the last part, let's see what will happen. As you can see, this part doesn't show because you are like on the edge. And then the other thing, when you hover, as you can see, it shows you that you are here, and also you can play exactly the same as here. Let me check. I'm not sure which tab that has got this as it is. You see, something like this, but there is a tab that has got this kind of a layout, but that's not important for now. Okay, let me just quickly check on listen. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. Let's just quickly check here. Scroll down. I'm not sure which tab is that one. Okay, let me check browse for the last time. Let's see. Yeah, so here is it. So as you can see, this slide is exactly what I was trying to do here. As you can see, as it is, and you can scroll. And also, my slide doesn't scroll like two cards. Like for instance, I don't shift this whole part, these two images, shift them so that I can see the last two. I didn't do it like that. So I only shifted one image at a time. Then again, the reason why I was just showing off my skills, that I do understand this and I can craft any image slider the way I want to. And also, as you can see, my transition has got some sort of a different movement than this one. Okay, as you can see, this one just moves straight, plainly. It's plain, but mine, it has got some sort of a cool transition, like it speeds up and slow down a little bit. Then again, the reason why I did that, I was just showing off my skill because I'm interested in working for these guys. Okay, so let's just scroll. The other thing that I have changed here is that if you look at this scrolling section, when you scroll, you lose lose sight of the title. For me, I didn't really like that, and I didn't understand, because as I'm focusing on this section, to me, I want to know where I am, because these sections are very similar, if I can be honest. As I've told you that these are just sliders. As you can see, this part, it's no different from this one. As you can see, it's an image and the text. It's an image and the text. So if you are concentrating here, chances are you might not really remember where you are, because these things are the same. You know, more especially me, as somebody who's not like a regular user of this application, or like I don't know much about music, so I can't tell if this is a radio presenter or this is a DJ. So I've decided to make sure that I keep this header here, so that you know when you are scrolling, you can always be reminded that you are under radio station. In case of this Apple Music interface, it means if you want to know where you are, you will have to move your eyes to this direction, or this is the reminder, of which for me I've decided to change that. Then obviously it's for the same reason that I was just demonstrating, that at least I understand React components, I understand how React renders HTML, and I can also manipulate things the way I want to. So basically, that's about it. I didn't do the responsiveness of it, even though it was some sort of a major requirement. The reason is, number one, it was because of time. You know, I took time. Since I was learning React, I wanted to understand so that I can manipulate it however I want. Like, I wanted to understand the states and everything. As you can see here, this is not plain JavaScript. This is JSX. So everything that is happening here, this is not just vanilla JavaScript. So at least I've managed to understand, to get the hang of it. In terms of responsiveness, it's one of the skills that I think I am at least, what can I say, 95% there in terms of responsiveness, something that I can do and I'm confident about it. So I was like, let me not waste time trying to make things responsive, whereas like it's something that I can do even with my eyes closed. As you can see, this is my music application. This is the desktop version of it. This is the mobile version of it. As you can see that it's responsive from this to this. So responsiveness is just plain CSS, okay? And also in terms of the project itself, I didn't use any CSS super whatever, like for instance Tailwind or SARS or whatever. I've just used vanilla CSS. I would like to assume if I would have used all of these frameworks and everything, I was going to take long to even finish the project. So I think that's about it. Now I can jump to my work process. How did I come about creating this? I think that is all that I wanted to explain. So in these sections, obviously it will be a variation of this section. There will be also here, there will be pictures, and with some small cards there at the bottom, maybe music or whatever, and that's about it. So now let's jump to how did I come about creating this. So as you might know that I'm a graphic designer. I've got a lot of experience as a graphic designer. So I started by creating these icons, all the icons on Figma. These icons, I have created them on Figma. It's like I did a copy of the Apple icon using Figma. So let me just, I think my internet is slow. Okay, let me just wait for this to finish. So I started by creating all these small icons here, and then when I was done with that, and then I started with this left section and the right section. Then I did all of this, and then from then I did this, and then I did this section last. And then let's talk about coding principle. For me, I'm still a fan of good programming practices, because as much as somebody might learn React or Vue.js or PHP or Python, but without good programming practices or understanding them and implementing them, obviously you might not produce a high quality code. So after I understood React and what was going on, then I went back to the coding good programming practices. For instance, the single responsibility and the try principle. So meaning that the try principle, do not repeat yourself. So I've made sure that I'm making use of React components so that I cannot repeat myself. What might be an example of that? If you see these list items, I've got a fragment, one fragment, where in that fragment I only pass the icon name, and also I pass the label, or the label, which is this name. So meaning that whenever I want to create this, I don't type it from scratch. I just use a component, a React component, but in my case, I call those small components fragments. So this is a component where I just pass the icon name and then this name, the icon name and this name, the icon name and this name. So this is like one tag where I pass the icon name and this one tag, one tag, one tag. So I don't type these things from scratch. And also, if you might look at here, these images are coming from an array. So this is just an array, and it has been mapped to only one card. Only one card, and then I'm reusing that card to render also these images. The same thing happens here, and that came from trying not to repeat myself as much as I can, and also applying the single responsibility principle on solid principle, because if a component has got a single responsibility, you can be able to use it. For instance, this search part. Okay, you can search here and then you can clear things up. So this component does only one thing. So meaning that should I maybe somewhere here in this section, I need the search button or this search input, I can reuse it as a component, as a React component, which myself I call it a fragment. So I can use this small section even to put it here. The reason why is because of this component does one thing, and it does one thing only. Imagine if it was doing this and also it was trying to be this and this and this, so it means that it was not going to be reusable. So as much as I was learning a new framework, after I understood how it works and how it renders the HTML and the JSX and all the things that are involved in it, and also what React is trying to do, the purpose and the main aim of React, then after that I was like, okay, fine, let me jump back to the solid principle, the design pattern, and also the try principle, so that I can at least write a better code. Okay, let me try this for the last time. If it okay, yeah, here is it. Let's see. Okay, so this is where I was. Okay, I'm sorry, my computer is misbehaving a little bit. Okay, so basically I was just going to show you that this is where I created all these icons. At the moment the computer is slow. I don't know why. Let's see, maybe this time it's going to show. Okay, this is where I want to go. Let's see, zoom in. Okay, let me just check. Nope, this is not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. So as you can see, these are all the icons when I was creating them. Okay, the last thing I'm just going to show you the code. Okay, I'm just going to show you the code behind, as just to show you my approach and my techniques and what I was thinking, and also my folder structure. See, and that will be it. So I'm going to take this video and send it to the company, and they will look at how I did things and what I'm thinking. And also they will get a little bit insight into my personality, who am I and what I believe in. And then I will hear from them if based on what they see, they are still interested in me pushing this to GitHub. This window is not responding. Okay, keep waiting. Okay, so I will hear from them. And also one other things, I've never used GitHub before. It will be something that I have to quickly learn. And in this moment, I didn't have time to even check it because I wanted to understand React, and I'm happy that at least I understand React. Okay, so this is a next folder structure. As you can see, this is public, where all my SVG are. These are all the SVGs that I've created, and also this is the app folder. So in the app folder, these the sections that you see: artist, browse, and this is my CSS. Obviously, this folder, I'm thinking it's supposed to be in public. It's supposed to be here, but it's something that I can change later. Okay, and then these are my fragments. As you can see, a header, it's a fragment, which is this section. Where is that? Okay, so this section, it's a header and it's a fragment. It means that I can reuse it anywhere, anyhow, because it's a standalone fragment. What is a fragment? A fragment is just a name that I've given to a piece of a component, but this is a React component. So this is also the icon fragment, this is the menu fragment, this is the footer fragment, and this is the search fragment. And then I have got some sections. As you can see, this is the left section and this is the right section. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think that's all, because I just wanted to show you the code that I did everything from scratch. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Msingati, that's about it. In future, I think I'm going to continue with this interface, and I'm going to apply all my skills or what I've learned in this music application, like in terms of including the radio stations and playing songs and everything. I'm going to add that here so that I can just have for my portfolio, I can have a, I'm not sure, a full stack or a functional or a full clone of the music, the Apple Music interface or the Apple Music application. And then obviously I will have to move from SQL and PHP. Then I have to use Node.js and MongoDB. And that's about it. I hope you have learned a thing or two. I will make a follow-up video or tutorial where I explain in detail, or where I start this from scratch. Then in that video I will put the music, everything will play, and log in and log out and all those things. Otherwise, for me, thank you so much. See you on the next one.